So, do I have an intro to do today? I think I should do the clock a bit, but I don't know where I put it. So, never mind with the intro. Let's just get started, okay? I want to make sure it's working, so I'm going to let you listen to this minute. Oh, wait, I got to turn that down too. 1 second. Microphone. Let's turn it down.
The best one.
AG James Uthmeyer claims that
Alligator Alcatraz. We're ready to go.
ready to go with security and surveillance to house 5,000 illegal immigrants from across the country in Collier County as they wait for their flight home. The Attorney General says his proposed ICE detention facility has been approved and construction has already begun.
Governor tasked state leaders to identify places for new temporary detention facilities. I think this is the best one.
AG James Uthmeyer claims that this old abandoned airfield, the home of the failed Everglades jetport project from the 70s, would be the best because of its location. 39 square miles, including an existing big plane runway along US 41 on the Miami-Dade Collier line. Plus, he says he wants to use the swamp as a home field advantage.
You don't need to invest that much in the perimeter. People get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons.
On Sunday, hundreds of people who live in Ochapee and on nearby Indian reservations gathered outside the facility when this was still a proposal. They aren't against ICE or deportations. They are against development in the Everglades.
This isn't about politics. This is about the environment. And if we don't put our foot down and stop developing out here in these wildlands, we're not going to have any left.
There we go. Microphone's back on. And just checking for 5x5 now. Well, I had to turn my mic on, so it's going to be a second for that. Okay, so we got the Alcatraz. They're getting ready to, there we go. Microphone's back on. Okay, sound is there. It's hard to get used to getting back into the hang of this. There we go. I think it's raining out. Or there's some sort of thing on the stereo that sounds like water. If you hear that, that's... sorry. So we got Alcatraz going into Florida, and they're talking about putting detention centers there. I have something on this. Look here. It's a big area. 39 square miles, 10,500 foot long runway surrounded by the Everglades. 1,000 plus beds. So they plan on putting the illegals there. Detention site. But what everybody doesn't realize is that these FEMA camps are all over the country. Let me see if I can get better in front of the camera. I think that's better. I don't know. Good to see everybody. Took me a while to get back into the hang of things, but I'm a little worse for wear. I survive. I'm a survivor. I'm a conqueror. I'm a child of the king. I am the head, not the tail. So
The Everglades presents a efficient, low-cost opportunity to build a temporary detention facility because you don't need to invest that much in the perimeter. People get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Within just 30 to 60 days after we begin construction, it could be up and running and could house as many as 1,000 criminal aliens. This presents a great opportunity for the state of Florida to work with Miami-Dade and Collier counties. Alligator Alcatraz, we're ready to go. This 30-square-mile area is completely surrounded.
This is great, isn't it? Wonder what people are saying about it. Because I heard them talking about this at the border, actually. Like putting some alligators down there in Texas at the border. Wow. Wonder whose idea that was. It might catch on. Might be along the whole border of the United States. Something just hit Lake Tahoe. What the heck? Massive freak storm out of nowhere. Snow, hail, 10-foot waves, and hurricane-force winds in late June. Boats capsizing and crashing into each other. 6 dead, 2 missing. This wasn't weather. This was a effing strike. We have here. Just shit. What do we have here?
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit.
Okay.
The sheriff boat's off.
Okay. What do you guys think of mother of all bombs? Do you think the winds could kick up and be pushed across the world from something like a mother of all bombs, or is that just too small? Is this just a freak storm, or is this a weather weapon? Who lives here? Whose are those boats? I mean, you got to ask all the questions today. This is Operation Hammer Time now, because not only are we in a war of bombs, the mother of all bombs, 14 of them. Weather's the real weapon. Pathogens is a real weapon. Hezbollah and the Muslims are a weapon that are sleeper cells across America. So if you don't think they can use the weather as a weapon, they've been doing it since the 40s or the 50s or something like that.
Bro, this is insane, dude. Boats are sinking. Oh, fuck, dude. Listen. Oh my god. Bro, this is insane. There's a yacht over there that smashed into a house that you can see through here. Oh.
That's pretty bad. People are losing all their... It says there'll be sorrow on the sea or something. Also, a third of the ships are going to be hurt during the Great Tribulation, which I'm not sure about the stuff with Israel. Are these things that I've already posted, or this all new? This is all new. I'm not looking at my profile. Sorry about that. Right here. Here's where
in sleeper cells. We've talked about the open border the last 4 years. Take a look at this data. CBP sources telling Fox News From 2021 to 2024, under the Biden administration, just over 1,500 Iranians were caught by Border Patrol crossing the southern border illegally. Of that, almost half of them, 729, were released into the U.S. That is 48%. That also does not account for the more than 2 million known gotaways who slipped across the southern border during that time. For more on this and the potential threats to the homeland, I want to send it out to Mark Meredith, joining us live in D.C. this morning. Mark, good morning to you.
Bill, good morning to you. The FBI says it remains vigilant, and the Department of Homeland Security is warning there is a heightened threat given the developments in Iran. We're watching two potential types of attack here. The possibility, one, cyber threats to U.S. networks. The other, the possibility of sleeper cells targeting Americans here at home. Major cities, including New York, where you are, D.C. and Los Angeles, stepping up patrols near places of worship. NYPD also watching diplomatic sites around the country, around the city. And over the weekend, DHS put out a bulletin acknowledging the threat is real. DHS writing, multiple recent homeland terrorist attacks have been motivated by anti-Semitic or anti-Israel sentiment, and the ongoing Israel-Iran conflict could contribute to U.S.-based individuals plotting additional attacks. Some lawmakers fear the sharp influx of migrants into the U.S. over the last few years may have allowed Iran to send sleeper cells into the U.S. undetected. And as Bill mentioned, Fox learning many Iranian nationals detected crossing into the U.S. during the Biden administration were allowed to stay and not kept in custody.
Fortunately, they do have a right to be concerned. As you said, Joe Biden had a wide-open border policy for 4 years. We know that terrorists tried to enter our country. Iran has a long history of terrorizing America going back 46 years, to include here in the United States.
In February, the White House warned of this very possibility. The national security team says Iran has also directed proxy groups, including Hezbollah's Islamic Jihad organization, to embed sleeper cells. And, Bill, the threat extends beyond the obvious U.S. domestic targets. Military installations abroad, American diplomatic outposts all remain on high alert.
So, Israel's pretty much surrounded. And so is America, if you didn't know. And the Iranians, the Shiites, they're the smaller group, the Iranians are. They're like 10% of the Muslims, but, you know, there's millions of them. There's like, you just heard how many's here in the United States. Well, they think we're the great Satan. They hate Israel with a passion. They want to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. But that's the little Satan. We're the big Satan. So all those people, and plus 50,000, and you know, that was a Senator, Tom Cotton. So, you know, there's officials coming out saying there's Chinese. I saw it on C-SPAN. 50,000 Chinese nationalists that are like Chinese military in our country that they don't know where they went, and they admit to it, and they still haven't found them. That was like a couple of years ago. We are surrounded like Israel's surrounded because we are actually Israel too. It's not replacement theology. It's just we are part of the tribes of Israel. So now the black people, they think that they're the tribes of Israel. I'm not positive about it all, but seems to me like the chosen people are a particular separated group that you'd be able to notice. It wouldn't be like, oh, there's 12 tribes. I was thinking it was like 12 tribes, like red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. And you got 12 tribes, and they're all different colors, different languages. That's what I thought it was. But you have to consider that they're a separate people, and they were treated differently than the rest. They had to abide by all these rules. And the other people didn't. They were called Gentiles. And then when Jesus came, He had them, the disciples, go to the chosen people first. And it's centered around them, the history Old Testament and the bloodlines and all of that. It's all centered around this particular bloodline that came through Mary and not Joseph. So Jesus doesn't have, the only daddy Jesus has is the Father. That has to burn the Muslims and the Israelis, the Jewish or the Edomites, we'll call them. The people that wail at the wall, the ones that are part Canaanites. There's different groups of people. So the black ones, they'll call white people white devils. I was called that once by a black person and told that I wasn't going to heaven and that I had to bow at this black person's feet one day because he's royalty and he's the chosen and I'm not. Well, I had to tell him that Jesus loves everybody and that I'm included in that, whether I'm, and it doesn't matter what color you are. Anyway, this is what people are going to fight about in the end, and they're not even going to understand it because the world's got everybody in a box saying you're not allowed to be racist. What does that even mean? Because gay people claim that. Is gay a race now? Like for them to claim that they're born that way? Is that considered a race now? And then your religion, is that considered a race now? I'm not allowed to be an Islamophobe. I didn't even know Islam was a race, did you? I've learned so much in such a short amount of time. My brain is full. And it's time for, I guess, the wicked to remain wicked and the righteous to remain righteous. Do what's right and do what's right in front of you and let the Lord lead, guide, and protect you in the upcoming days because you should hear this cop. Also, this Islam mayor, anybody, if you watch this and you live in New York, you might be the only reason why this video gets seen. Make sure you don't vote for this Muslim guy or you all are going to be under Sharia law. And whatever mayor, this town, this dude's...
For us to show that Muslims don't just belong in New York City, we also belong in City Hall. Because yesterday I stood on the debate and Andrew Cuomo stood next to me. And here was a man who was the governor for a decade. And he could not name a single mosque he had ever visited. He could not name it because he does not care. Alhamdulillah, there are a million.
He couldn't name it because he doesn't care? Well, I don't know Andrew Cuomo. He's probably not even he's probably an atheist or something. I think he's gay, isn't he? This guy don't look too straight.
Hi!
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hutom.
Hutom?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
Elections on Tuesday.
Yeah, we got you.
You guys should hear some of what is in the Quran. It is nasty. Aisha, I think her name is. Oh, and I could go on about how they have to kiss the black rock and they have to go circling around it, and a lot of people end up dying. Just checking my microphone. I say a lot of bold things because we're in the end times, so get ready. It's going to get wild. Wait till you hear this one cop. Do I have it? Oh, here's the tranny telling the weather. How would you like to wake up in the morning and have to hear this?
Hello, everybody.
To get your weather every day. I'm not going to even play 5 seconds. You get the point already. But who would do this to their audience? This is degrading your audience. This is saying, look what you have to go through. This is like demonic, ain't it?
I am Chartreuse Money, and today, as current temperatures right here, Saturday, it's 2:40 p.m., honey. It is 80 degrees here in Portland right now, honey, and we are feeling the effects. The sun is out. All it took was a pride parade to bring the sunshine out today, but honey.
Oh, God, I can't even look at it. It's so creepy. God, help us all. Okay, so they're launching the moment that the Chief Major General Pakpor announced the launch code for Operation Tidings of Victory. Okay.
Bismillah.
So this says 4 hours ago. There was an attack on the military bases 6 hours ago, but this must have been like broadcast later afterwards. So let's hear what they say.
الرحمن الرحيم ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.
Did you get all that? We're going to launch against your military bases here. Let her tell us.
Just quickly at this hour, I want to let you know that airspace is reopening in the Gulf states. They seem to believe that the threat for now from Iran is over. The U.S. Embassy reopened in Qatar, lifting its shelter in place. Kuwait reopening airspace. Bahrain reopening their airspace. So a sort of sigh of relief for the moment in the Gulf states after that initial Iranian attack, which was Just quickly at this hour, I want to let you know that airspace is reopening in the Gulf states. They seem to believe that the threat.
So they got the guy in charge. Israel sent a formal message to Iran saying Tel Aviv wants to end the war. Iran responded no, saying that the time for ending the war has not yet come. So Donald Trump is saying everything was a success, and now there's a ceasefire. If you step down now, there'll be a fair trial. This is coming out. Oh yeah, did you see how Netanyahu's son was attacked in the basement or in the shelter? I think that's why we stopped seeing all the news. I bet it's gone now. I tried to record it. Here's this dude. You got to hear this. Listen to this.
Hey, I just wanted to get on here and say that, you know, we just did the strikes on Iran. We just entered the war officially, so there's not a lot I'm allowed to say, but just for y'all's loved ones' sake, I hope y'all have some supplies. Like, I hope y'all got some a place to go, so some supplies, and things are gonna start getting crazy. So we've been eating a lot of lobster dinners recently, and if you know, you know. Y'all stay safe out there. This is not to scare anybody. This is just to let y'all know that
they had their
things
last
are about
meal.
to get pretty wicked. So stay safe and you know, watch out for each other.
See? Do you see? How about yet? Does everybody see what's going on here? This, I believe, is the beginning of the war in the heavens. This is including Space Force. We're talking about climbing into the heavens. That is in the Bible.
Madam.
I want you to notice the triangular shapes. Okay? Notice these three just lit up at the same time. these two are connected together. These two are connected together. These two are connected together. Those are big ships, I believe. They're big drones or whatever you want to call them. I believe that they are getting into the heavens. Okay, I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be the end of it, and you all have a blessed day.